What is going on, Skol family? I'm Kyle,
I'm Darin.
And I'm Adam.
and this is the Purple Dopes with Hopes podcast. Welcome, Purple Dopes fans, to the Purple Dopes with Hopes podcast, where we are carrying the hopes as high as we can in the month of June right now. You are following with the Purple Dopes with Hopes podcast. We're on YouTube, part of the Let's Skol network. So if you are tuning in on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as follow along on any of the podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio. Hit us with a rating and review to our show. That is how people find the Purple Dopes. We bring in more Purple Dopes to listen to us talk about this team that brings our hopes to the highest of highs and then somehow drives them to the lowest of lows. So please follow along, rate and review to our show. And this week, we are continuing with our Straight Skol series. There we go. I got to get my words underneath me today. Where we're bringing in various Vikings personalities, content creators, bloggers, editorials. We got the lead editor of Fansided today as we bring him in. So this is Adam Patrick at Adam Patrick NFL on Twitter or X and Instagram. And then he's also with the Viking Age. Adam, how are you doing today, man?
Doing awesome. Like we talked before, the Vikings are undefeated right now. Actually, they are undefeated in 2026. So
That's exactly right.
Yep,
Can't go wrong with that. Did I miss any of the?
Doing good.
Did I miss any of the other spots that we could find you on online, social media, anything like that?
I mean, not that I want anyone to find me, but you can just go, thevikingage.com, the Viking Age on Facebook, the Viking Age on Twitter. Like that's where most of my stuff is. I help run the Viking Age, and we cover the Vikings. And then Adam Patrick NFL on X, where sometimes I dabble in there, but as you guys probably know, it's not always a fun place to be. So
yeah, Vikings fans make it tough to be on there sometimes. So and other teams fans as well.
Everybody makes it not fun to be on.
I will make sure to link all those in the description of this video.
Perfect, thank you.
But we appreciate you taking the time, and we just always like to start out with giving our guests the opportunity of how did you become a fan of the Minnesota Vikings?
Well, I grew up in upstate New York. I was born in Rochester and grew up in like the Syracuse area. So a lot of my friends were Bills fans or Jets fans or Giants fans. But my dad was a Broncos fan. And so I was like introduced to, I can be a fan of somebody else. But I didn't want to be a Broncos fan because, I wanted to be something different than my dad. And I was watching like highlights or something. He might've been watching primetime back in the day. And I think I saw like Chris Carter make an awesome catch. Nice. That's what he does. And I'm like, all right, I like this team. And I remember the 97 season was like the playoffs was like my first like vivid memory of when I think they came back and beat the Giants in the wild card.
The onside kick. And
then they lost to the Niners, I think, in the divisional round. And I was like, all right, let's do this. So I started paying attention to them. And of course, they go to the NFC Championship 98 with Randy Moss. I'm hooked. I'm like, oh, here we go. This is going to be every year. Let's do this.
What a team to choose.
Yeah. And then, no, it was not a good selection because the Broncos also won the Super Bowl 2 years around that time.
That's
and
exactly
they won
right.
multiple cents. So I picked the wrong team, but whatever. I stuck with them.
That's the key. You stuck with them.
Yeah. I stuck with them. I really enjoyed Randy Moss and just enjoyed the passion of the fan base too, and just stuck around rooting for them. And I've actually I've covered this team since like 2013, and I've never stepped foot in Minnesota. So
wow.
I've seen the Vikings in person. Like I've seen them come to Buffalo and stuff and wherever else, but no, never stepped in.
Sounds like you're overdue for a Minnesota trip.
I agree. I'm trying to finagle the higher ups, the bosses to just send me out there. I can cover some stuff. So.
Nice.
Why not?
See what happens.
Well, you said you've been covering the team for 13 years. Like, how did you get into actually covering the Minnesota Vikings? How did that come about?
Well, let's see. I went to a small school, St. John Fisher. It's where the Bills have their training camp.
Mm-hmm.
I went there originally for they had like a sports studies major or whatever. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be a writer because I liked writing in high school because we had like a journalism class and I really liked it. And then I got there and I was like, I don't really like how they do things. So I got out of it and did like marketing or something instead. And then I had a bunch of crappy jobs after college, as we usually all do. And then one day I'm just like, whatever, I'm just gonna start. I want to write again, so I'm just gonna do it. So I started my own blog. I think it's still around. I think it's called like straightcashhomie.com. Yeah,
Nice.
really,
Let's go.
really original. Probably like 2 people saw it, but then I used that like experience to write for another like random site called Pro Football Spot, which like a bunch of people have actually come out of that are kind of relevant today. And that progressed into like I wrote for Vikings Wire for a tiny bit, wrote for Vikings Territory under like the previous ownership than what it is today, then joined Fansided and started running the Viking Age in 2017.
Okay.
And then they made me full-time in 2020 during the pandemic, which was super helpful because my wife was pregnant, so that helped.
Nice.
Yes.
And I've been with them ever since. I just been covering the team. You know, I am a fan, so some people don't like that you're a fan and you cover the team. But yeah, I've been doing that for a while now. I mean, I've been covering the team since 2013, but I've been following the team for a while. I was a little blurry during those college years, but you know,
Yeah,
I hear you.
but
I'll get that.
been
After the
paying
college
attention to them for a while. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, when you think about your Vikings fandom stringing from the late 90s, what was the first Vikings jersey that you remember owning?
Let's see. I know I had a Chris Carter one.
Hmm.
I think everybody did who's around my age. It was either that one or I think my parents got me an Alan Page jersey.
Oh, wow.
And like
It's a timeless one.
Yeah, I was like 10 years old. I'm like, I don't know who this is. I'm like, I wanted Randy Moss. I don't want Alan Page.
Yeah.
But no, looking back on it, I'm like, yeah, he's pretty good player. Like
okay.
Defensive MVP. Like I think there's only been like 2 in NFL history, and he's one of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that was my first one. I've had, Carter. I had a Culpepper jersey, Moss, obviously. I think my most recent jersey. I don't buy a lot of jerseys anymore. Like maybe a Teddy Bridgewater.
Okay.
But I haven't bought any recently, mostly because I'm like, I know as soon as I buy one, like that player's gonna get traded or something.
Yeah, for sure.
So if I do get one, it'd probably be like an old, like vintage Randy Moss or something like that.
Nice.
Great call.
I did have a Favre one, but I don't like to really brag about that anymore.
I got one too.
I did have a Pearson one too. I don't really like to talk about that either.
Yeah.
But you know, that's a whole nother podcast. But yeah.
So
yeah.
Is Chris Carter your favorite Viking then?
Oh no, Randy Moss.
Randy Moss. Okay. All right. Okay.
Definitely. I think yeah, like a lot of people, I feel like you guys are probably around my age too. So like Randy Moss is like the guy.
Yeah.
Especially he got everyone like really excited about the Vikings just that night.
He changed the game of football, man.
Yeah, that 98 season. Like I know Chris Carter put up all those crazy numbers. He's gonna like, I saw something the other day where like Justin Jefferson needs to average like 1,200 yards over the next 5 seasons to even like come close to his numbers. So like he's got the records, but Randy Moss, like he's the reason. Like around the time when he came, there were rumors that the Vikings might move.
Right.
Like they were like to LA or San Antonio or whatever, and he pretty much helped them stay in Minnesota. So
yeah.
But yeah, like just watching him, like you said, he literally changed the game. The Packers drafted like 6 DBs the year after he came in. And then everybody tried to find the next Randy Moss, including the Vikings.
Yeah. Troy Williams wasn't quite.
Nah, yeah, he forgot the important thing of how to catch was important to be a receiver.
That helps.
Dang it.
But yeah,
only you had remembered that.
Yeah, it's kind of important. But Randy Moss definitely was my favorite, and I enjoy his commentary now. It's like, you know, slightly a little bit more polished on ESPN, but you can tell that people just think he had like raw skill or whatever, but it's clear that he was like a football savant and like was in the film room and stuff too. So I don't think he gets enough credit for that. But yeah, Randy Moss definitely.
I mean, I think we must line up probably in the same, you know, realm of when our fandom really took off there, because, you know, Randy Moss, and I think you're right. Like Chris Carter, the way he played the game, you know, everyone loves and respects, but Randy Moss with the style, with the swag, straight cash homie, just like you said with your blog. I mean,
I even liked when he got in trouble. I was like, oh, this is cool. Squirting the water bottle at the ref and stuff.
Mooning the Packers fans. I mean, it's just like those things just made Randy Moss, that much more enjoyable, especially as a Vikings fan. So.
Absolutely. Like I think on the NBA side during that time too, I enjoyed Allen Iverson kind of for similar reasons, where he wasn't the normal cookie cutter kind of player, and he had his own style even on and off the court. So I feel like Randy Moss was kind of the same in that aspect.
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
Absolutely. And just throw the ball up to the guy and watch what he does with it. I mean, that was my favorite part, was any ball that was getting thrown his way, there was the potential of a game-breaking highlight happening.
Every deep pass, you stood up.
Oh, yeah. Even a screen, the Thanksgiving game, or just threw a screen pass, or the Saints playoff game in was that 2000, where he had 7 Saints running after him. He was. I would be very interested to see how. There's always this talk of how things would be interpreted if X or Twitter was around when so and so was playing. And I feel like it'd just be endless Randy Moss highlights every day.
He would have broke it every Sunday.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it would have broke the internet every week after week. So, well, being a part, 2013, being a fan, since the 90s, do you have a best Viking story? If someone was to ask you a game, an experience, maybe a moment, maybe something you've gotten to write about that you didn't expect to be in, what's your best Viking story?
Let's see. I feel like a lot of people will say this these days, but the Minneapolis Miracle, I feel like a lot of people can just talk about where they were and what was going on.
Yeah.
I think it was early 2018. It was right after my son was born. I guess he was born later. Because it was early 2018. So my son was born Christmas 2018. So that happened after. But I'm watching it, at home with my wife. And I'm like, oh, here we go again. Saints beat the Vikings in the playoffs. Wow. Never seen this before. And then the miracle happened. And I think like a lot of people, I'm jumping up and down and going crazy. And little did I know my wife's recording the whole thing and then posting it online. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Everybody had celebration videos from that.
Absolutely.
But no, I think that's cool. I think just being in the position that I have, getting paid to essentially watch the Vikings and write about them is always something I never take for granted. Being able to interview people like Jared Allen, Justin Jefferson, Stephon Diggs, Jordan Addison. Like I've interviewed a ton of current and former Vikings, and I've always appreciated that. Like just never took it for granted. I talked to Dante. I have Dante Culpepper's number in my phone.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
If I told that to myself when I was like 12 years old, I would have my head would have exploded. But no, just cool stuff like that where it's not the most lucrative job in the world. But I'd rather be doing this and being happy every day than, getting a bunch of money and being miserable. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you have a personal favorite like interview that you've done?
Jared Allen was really fun to talk to. Not that anyone's surprised about that.
Yeah.
I could just say like something small and he would just go off on a long tangent. But I asked him about like being in the Jackass movie and stuff, and like curling and all that fun stuff. He was fun to talk to. A couple of the other ones were like sponsored, like I'm here for the Super Bowl. I'm representing Pepsi or whatever, so I just have to be here. So
yeah,
the one with Dante was fun because I kind of like was able to mix in. It was before last season, so I was kind of able to mix in like the similarities to his start of his career to JJ's.
Oh yeah.
And like ask him because Dante didn't play his first year either.
Yep.
So he talked a lot about like how important it was like playing on the scout team and stuff his first year to like his development, which like opens my eyes to JJ McCarthy, not being able to do that because he was hurt.
Yeah.
And that probably having an impact on his development. So it's cool just like get those perspectives. from people that you grew up watching.
Yeah.
I always tell them that too, and they always they're like, "Oh, thanks for letting me know that you grew up watching me." But no, it's cool. And then talking to someone like Justin Jefferson, you're like, this guy is like, he's the best player in the world. And I'm just sitting here talking to him. So sometimes it's surreal, but also I have a job to do. So I want to make sure that I take it seriously. And I'm not like, what's your favorite color?
Yeah, right.
So that's fun. And I try not to like get to, ask him controversial questions or anything like that. Like somebody else can do that. But yeah, it's fun. I haven't interviewed Kevin O'Connell yet, even though he's from San Diego and he went to school out here, and I'm pretty sure he lives out here in the off season. Although if he's read any of my stuff recently about him, he probably doesn't want to talk to me.
Right on, man. Well, that's awesome. It's really cool to hear that you got to have these conversations, and I think it's always more fun when you talk to these guys and it is just the conversation, right? It's not I have to be here in this moment, but it's cool that you get to sit down with these guys that you really rooted for, and it's a real authentic conversation. So that's pretty special. I could see Jared Allen being that. Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
Oh yeah. He's a blast. I would love to just like hang out with him.
I agree. I think he lives in Idaho, so it's not too far away from you. So.
Yeah, I think so. I have no idea.
Yeah. Grow up on a ranch or farm or something in Idaho, I imagine. So. All right. Well, let's jump into a little bit of current Vikings talk as we move from kind of your own personal journey with the Vikings. I wanted to ask you guys this, and Darin, you can feel free to weigh in as well. Like I saw this going around X this week, where they're contemplating on, and maybe this is fake news. They're contemplating a statue commemorating the Minneapolis Miracle of Stephon Diggs running to the end zone. Maybe this is fake news, maybe not. But
I think it is.
There's been a ton of like people jumping in, bigger Vikings X accounts.
Where did you see it?
It was on Twitter, on X.
I saw at least a post that had like they mocked up what the statue would look like.
Anyways, I don't know how real it is, but it spurred a lot of conversation. And so I wanted to ask you guys as we jump into the current Vikings decisions, would you guys be all right with a statue outside of US Bank commemorating the Minneapolis Miracle? Darin, you're shaking your head. We'll start with you.
No, that's like loser talk. Like we're celebrating getting to the NFC title game. No, as great a play as that was, as fun as it was, it's not deserving of a statue.
Totally agree. Yeah, totally agree. Maybe after they win a championship, then you can do stuff like that.
Use as many statues as we want. Then
don't the Steelers have an immaculate reception?
Yeah,
I think they have one like
that year though.
I think they have one in like an airport or something.
I thought they won at the year of the immaculate reception though, didn't they?
Yeah, which that's fine. The Steelers have won a lot of Super Bowls, so they can do whatever they want. But yeah, like that, I feel like that would that's definitely fake news. And then two, like, yeah. I don't really know how too many people right now would feel about a statue of Stephon Diggs.
It's true.
Outside, maybe Case Keenum. People like him.
Mind that.
Diggs, the Diggs vibes are not very high right now.
Right.
But no, I would agree with that. Where it's like, like if they went along and won the Super Bowl that year, yeah, sure, make that statue. Didn't the Eagles make a statue with Foles and who was the coach?
Philly special.
Yeah. Who was the coach they had?
Doug Peterson.
Yeah. I think they made that statue, right?
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Because they won.
Yeah. I mean, haven't they heard to the victor go the spoils? If you're not the victor, there are no spoils.
I can't think of any other like team that has a statue for like a moment either. Like I don't. A lot of it's just like players and stuff. I feel like.
I mean, you got the United Center with Jordan and his free throw jump man. I don't know if that's a moment or just the iconic image there. But
absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting, and I found the conversations were very fun to kind of listen to. I mean, there is no bigger moment for modern fans than the Miracle, and so I guess I'm hoping that our statue is coming of hoisting that Lombardi.
That'd be nice.
We'll see who it is hoisting it in the air, but that's the one we want out front of US Bank. So
absolutely.
Well, I don't know if you guys saw the image of Big Citrus and Caleb Banks at the Wolves game. Listen, it's always fun when you see like big humans with big humans, right? In the NFL, and you're like, oh, those guys aren't that big, but they're around. Caleb Banks is a monster. Big Citrus looks like little Citrus sitting next to him at the game. And so I just want to start with our defense, Adam. Like, what are your thoughts as we kind of loaded up in the draft, and now we're moving into potentially Caleb Banks being maybe ready to rock by training camp? How you feeling about the Vikings defense heading into training camp?
I always feel good about their defense as long as Brian Flores is the one running it. So I think I feel good about that. I actually like them moving on from Jonathan Grenard. I think letting Dallas Turner have more opportunities because he excelled in the role that Grenard had last year when he was hurt.
For sure.
That's awesome. I'm excited about Jalen Redmond to see how far he can progress. I'm excited about Caleb Banks. I'm okay if he's not ready to start the season. He could potentially have a long career with the Vikings. Let's make sure it is a long career.
Absolutely.
I'm excited about some of the young players in the secondary, like Jacoby Thomas.
Yes.
Who else do they have? Who's the safety they got from LSU a couple years ago?
Jay Ward?
Yeah. Jay Ward. Yeah. I think he's on the precipice of having a solid season, especially if Harrison Smith doesn't come back, which that's a whole nother story.
Wait for that story.
I think he is. I think it's going to be a thing though, where maybe he like waits it out and sees how the Vikings are doing, and if they're doing well, then he'll be like, "Oh yeah, I want to come back." And if they're not, then won't waste his time. I think anytime you have Brian Flores running your defense, you should feel pretty good about it.
I'm excited to see Charles Demings too. I've just heard nothing but good things about him, so that's going to be fun to watch him as a rookie.
He seems like a fun personality too.
Yeah,
and he's from like a small school, so he had to be really good to get noticed.
Absolutely.
Stephen F. Austin, not really a powerhouse college football program.
I think they have a decent basketball team, but I've never heard them in.
I think so. You're right.
I think they've made the tournament a handful of times there. So
I remember that. Yeah.
Darin, where are you at right now as your feelings on the defense goes?
Oh, dude. I mean, I would say my hopes are sky high for the D. I agree. Like, if you have Brian Flores at the helm, like, you can't help but be excited with what the defense can do. And I feel like we've talked about in previous episodes, with the way we drafted, I'm really excited to see what they did, especially, Caleb Banks is picked. We're all a little, I don't know about that, but then we kind of see how they followed it up, and I couldn't be more excited. I'd say Jacoby Thomas is the guy I'm most excited to watch, but really excited to see how that D-line shakes out too.
I just can't imagine Caleb Banks lining up against another offensive player, whether that be a tight end or an offensive line.
Garrett Bradbury.
I mean,
right?
Like, that man is a monster. I have that image of him with another giant human that he makes look small. Just blew my mind. And
got to stay healthy.
Yeah. And so I think you're right, Adam. Like, it's about the progression of working him in, not trying to jump into anything too early. However, everything that I'm hearing and seeing is like he could be out there, getting his reps in at training camp, which is a pretty exciting thing when you think about kind of all the drama that circled, the Vikings drafting him when they did. But just seeing the potential of the guy, it's like, how do you not take a shot on a player like that? So
absolutely.
And then I look at just oh, good.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think after the Vikings drafted him, they like bragged about how their doctors are like the best foot doctors in the country or whatever. Everyone comes to see our doctors, and because they're like, Caleb Banks has this foot problem. What are they going to do? And it's like, oh, we're covered. We got it.
Our guys signed off on it.
Yeah, we're good. But like, how did you guys feel about because Dylan Thieneman was the consensus, like every single mock draft was Dylan Thieneman to the Vikings. Were you guys like disappointed that the Vikings didn't add another safety in the first round, or were you okay with them taking a chance on Banks?
I mean, I think we were on the Thieneman bandwagon, but that was with like, I'm not a great college football mind.
Right.
So I think I was like listening to the talking heads and like, yeah, that adds up. We need a safety. Sounds like he's
a white safety.
Yeah, right. We need the exact
Harrison
same
Smith's not coming back.
Right.
We need the cookie cutter mold. Yeah.
I mean, there was hope. I would say a little bit of hope, as small as it was, that Caleb Downs would somehow be a Viking. But when he wasn't, and then again, not knowing Dylan Thieneman, didn't watch his film. It's like, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I was on the side of like, I think it was the safe move to take Thieneman, and I wouldn't have been mad about it. I mean, I would have been fine with it. Caleb Banks, I'll be honest, like he wasn't even on my radar as far as a guy that they were considering or pursuing. But then once I saw him, I thought, yeah, this guy's worth running the risk for. The size, the speed. Obviously, the injury was concerned, but as you said, we have the best doctors in the entire land in Minneapolis, and so they said he's okay. So, but I felt like, why not take a shot? I don't know that this guy make or break is gonna hurt us the amount that he could help us.
Right.
Like if he doesn't pan out, I think we'll still be fine. I think Brian Flores will still make sure he does what he does on defense there. We brought in Big Citrus as well. But I just think this guy's potential is, I mean, it's there. So why not take a shot, take a gamble on it?
Yeah, it also felt like the draft to take the shot in, right? When it's you don't have a GM doing it, like not
this
that
wasn't a very good. This wasn't like a blue chip heavy draft either,
right? And and it felt like everyone talks about, well, you could have traded down, but I mean, you need a trading partner to do that.
Needed a GM.
He's their guy. They're like, he might not be there at 30. We better, take him out.
I just remember a certain running back from Oklahoma having a collarbone injury concerns going into the 2007 draft. Adrian Peterson, and he turned out to be pretty okay.
He was pretty good. He was pretty good. And we had a running back at the time in Chester Taylor that had proven himself already. And why not take a shot at a guy like him? And the rest is history. He's going in the Ring of the Honor this year, so we're okay with that.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Well, now it's time to just rip the Band-Aid in the conversation here. We got JJ McCarthy. We got Kyler Murray duking it out for the quarterback spot of the Vikings. Where do you fall right now, Adam, when it comes to the quarterback one position for the Vikings?
I mean, I said this many times throughout this offseason. I don't understand any reason why Kyler Murray would sign with the Vikings if they didn't tell him he was going to be the starter. He could have played anywhere else, literally. Like, you don't think the Falcons or the Jets didn't want Kyler Murray over whoever they got
for
Geno
$1 million
and Tua?
Geno Smith and Tua,
Kyler did not come to the Viking. I know it's his favorite team growing up or whatever, but like that doesn't matter when you're in the NFL. But yeah, I don't think he would have signed with the Vikings if they didn't tell him, like, unless you're like terrible in mini camp, then you're going to be the starter. I did hear this morning, I was listening to Phil Mackey on Purple Daily or whatever.
Yeah,
he shared this. I don't know if it's reckless speculation or whatever, but he shared that the Vikings kind of negotiated with Kyler since he didn't want to be franchise tagged, and they're like, okay, then you're going to come in and compete with JJ. Like, you're not going to be the immediate starter. You're going to have to compete with him, because if you're not good, then we need to make sure we have someone else who can possibly still be the starter. So the competition thing, like, I think it's kind of real. You never know with Kevin O'Connell, because he's going to be a politician when he's done being a coach, because he just says so much without saying anything at all.
Absolutely.
And then, so you never know with him, but I would be shocked if Kyler Murray is not the week one starter. And I think Jeremiah Searles might have said it like a week or two ago that they should know probably around the night practice who's going to be QB1, because they're going to need that time for the number one QB to work with, like the offensive line and everybody. And Justin Jefferson, obviously. Because we cannot have another season like last year where people have no idea how to throw to Justin Jefferson.
Right.
Like, what are we doing?
You just get it close.
Yeah. Like, Jalen Naylor is the guy you have the most chemistry with. Come on.
Right.
No offense to JJ McCarthy too, because he's 23. I still think he has a ton of potential, and if he gets with the right team, which I'm saying because I don't think the Vikings are the right team for him. I think that ship has sailed. I don't think Kevin O'Connell really likes him a lot, especially after he missed one practice because he had to attend the birth of his child. God forbid.
Louise.
All of us fathers here being like, okay. But I think whoever wins the QB competition, the Vikings are going to try and get rid of before the start of the season.
Whoever loses.
What?
You think whoever loses, we're going to okay.
Because if you wanted one of them to be QB2, that would be a good idea, right? Then why would you sign Carson Wentz? Like,
yeah.
What? Like, why would you need him? You want him to be QB3, I guess, but if you need QB3, then you probably already lost anyways. So,
I feel like with Kyler for sure, I think if for some reason he didn't win the job, they would trade him or try to trade him because I think you could actually get something.
Yeah.
JJ, I'm less convinced they would trade him because I think his trade value is lower.
I think it would more be from JJ's camp being like, "Hey, get me out of here."
Maybe,
Then the Vikings wanted to move on.
He doesn't have. I mean, there's really not much leverage from his camp.
No.
So it's like he can't really sit out. I mean, he basically is stuck showing up.
I mean, Harbaugh would probably trade for him, but he doesn't. But no, I think it would be pretty shocking if Kyler isn't the starter, and I think he should be. I think he's proven. People say what they want about his last couple seasons with the Cardinals, but also no one watched the Cardinals.
It's just a bad.
All of a sudden, we're all Cardinals experts. But I actually back in the day, I actually covered the Cardinals for FanSided for a little bit, like 2020, 2021, and Kyler was playing at an MVP level in that Cliff Kingsbury offense. He did get hurt, so that's always a concern with him. But and I wonder in Kevin O'Connell's offense, because it does require quarterbacks to probably hold onto the ball longer than they would like. I wonder how that's gonna work. But I think potentially the ceiling for Kyler to succeed with the Vikings is higher even than it was with Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
he's just more talented. He was the number one pick. So I just think his skills are a lot.
Also, he's
higher.
done it.
Sam
had never done it before he got here. Like Kyler, he was Rookie of the Year.
Yeah,
you said he
played in the playoffs.
Yeah. So I agree with you that his skill set is probably more advanced than Darnold's even was when he came here.
And he's going to be motivated to prove everyone wrong. Who's like, oh, the Cardinals got rid of you.
Payday too, right?
Yeah, the Cardinals got rid of you because they didn't like you, and it's like
they do go away.
All of a sudden, the Cardinals are a smart team. It's like no,
right? Yeah, exactly.
So, no, I think Kyler's going to be good, and as long as he's able to stay healthy, I think Justin Jefferson's going to be a very happy person this season.
And it feels like his athleticism, in terms of like you said, these long developing plays.
Right.
I think he'll be able to use his escapability to extend the play.
Yeah.
Keep his eyes down the field. Look for Jefferson.
I think Darnold was able to do that too. More so, you go from Kirk Cousins to Sam
better
Darnold.
than Cousins. Cousins couldn't feel pressure.
Cousins was a statue.
Yep. And he just never knew. It's like someone would get to him and he was shocked that 5 seconds of standing back there, someone sacked them.
Yeah. And then he got cracked in the ribs. He wore that giant rib protector. Yeah. Takes it off and he's like, oh, you're 20 pounds lighter than you look when you're on the field.
Right.
No, I think Kyler's going to be. I think he's going to be good for the Vikings. I think they've got a good schedule to start off with, where he can get off to a pretty hot start. I think I might have wrote about it or posted about it. They play, I think one team on their schedule was in the top 10 pass defense last year, and that's the Bills. And all the other ones are 20 or below. Yeah. So obviously it's last year's, so they could be better. But he's got a good chance to put up some pretty good numbers.
I like starting with the Packers too, a Micah Parsons-less Packers. I think that's a good. Not that their D is bad, but I think you take away their best player on defense, and obviously they're different. So I think that'll be a good one to start.
Well, and we know Brian Flores, he's got Jordan Love's number. Brian Flores has Jordan Love figured out. So I think that's a great start for him. Hopefully give some time for Kyler or JJ. Hey, JJ, we're not ruling you out, man. We're not ruling you out, but
I am. I'm going to rule him.
Okay, you heard it here. Adam Patrick drops another.
I know there's been reports and stuff coming out of mini camp when they're not running any drills at full speed. There's no pass rush. Justin Jefferson's not playing. I understand. I just thought it was very convenient also that Tom Pelissero shared like the little snippet on K-Fan where he's like, "Oh, what are the Vikings going to do if JJ doesn't win? Maybe they'll trade him." Just a national insider throwing that. He doesn't do that for no reason.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then the following week, it's all like, "Oh, positive JJ stuff. Positive JJ. He's looking so good." He's just like, after the entire offseason, it's just like, JJ's terrible. He's just like the most immature quarterback in the world. And all of a sudden it's like, what? Hold on. So yeah, I enjoy JJ McCarthy. I enjoyed watching him gritty in the end zone. I know his coaches did not. I enjoy his swagger and all that stuff. Like I like that when players have that.
Yes.
But you also have to play well. And
you have
not
to play
being
well
able to throw to Justin Jefferson is huge. Like they're paying a receiver $35 million a year. He needs the ball. So if you can't have a connection with him, then we gotta let you go.
That's also in JJ's defense. There were some balls delivered on the money last year.
Oh yeah, but he also fires it like.
Oh yeah, it's
50,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's coming at you hard. So
you still gotta learn that.
Yeah.
But Matthew Stafford did that like early in his career too. He still does sometimes, but like you gotta, he's still gotta learn the touch aspect of
yeah, absolutely
throwing the football.
Well, as we kind of move to the end here, kind of what are your expectations for training camp? Like, what would you like to see from the Vikings, maybe out the gate, maybe as things kind of wear on, as they get into the joint practice stuff? Like, what are your expectations for them as we move into the training camp season?
Obviously the quarterback battle, but we'll push that to the side for now because we just talked about that. I'm curious to see about the receiver after Juwan Jennings. So like wide receiver 4 and 5. Dylan Bell's been the hot name coming out of OTAs and minicamp. Ty Felton sounds like he's made some possible steps. Again, it's minicamp.
He's working out with Stefan. He's working out with Stephon Diggs. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah. Well, he went to Maryland. They're Maryland boys. That's where Addison's from too. So they're all hanging out at home.
Nice.
Miles Price. He was the returner last year, but he was pretty good in college. I think he went to North Carolina, I want to say.
Indiana, wasn't it?
Oh, you're right. No. Maybe. These college kids take like 5 different schools.
That's true.
We can both be right.
Yeah.
There's that. I want to see the Vikings, the rookie linebacker. They got Jake Golday. I want to see, if he can push. Maybe he can push for a starting job. Blake Cashman is good when he's on the field, but he's injured a lot.
Yeah.
And then
Eric Wilson find lightning in a bottle 2 years in a row, right?
I think Eric Wilson will still be like a valuable piece, but I don't know if he's like a long-term starter kind of guy.
Yep.
And then obviously the safety position, like, if is Harrison Smith going to be there? Is he not? If he's not, who is? And the punter battle. There's this underrated storyline. You got the punter from Georgia, the rookie dude from Australia, I think.
Yeah, I think it's Australia.
And then Johnny Hecker, of course, the savvy vet. I think with that, holding might be more important than punting. So
that's
where Vikings don't feel good about the rookie.
Holding's the number one job. Punting, you can kick the ball too, then great. Yeah. But you got to be able to hold for Will to throw.
If they can't trust you holding the ball, then you got to go. Right. But no, there's lots of interesting storylines I feel like to pay attention to, other than the quarterback battle, which will be generating most of the headlines.
Absolutely, yeah. Darin, what are you thinking right now as the Vikings head into the training camp season, man? What's going on in your head?
I'm just excited to get out there and watch. I don't know. I got my 7-year-old bugging me to make sure we're going to the day the receivers are signing. I'm like, gonna have to get there like 8 a.m. to get in line. So we're just trying to figure out the right day to go watch. But I think the battles will be fun to watch. Like Adam was saying, I think it's not just QBs. It'll be fun to just watch. And I think, I don't know, just like every year when football's in the air like that, it's just, I don't know, it's something different.
Yeah. Well, I just think for me, it's the most exciting I've been about training camp. I mean, I was excited about mini camps. I never get excited about mini camps. And, here we are thinking about training camps. I mean, it's the most excited I've been as a Vikings fan in a while. I mean, it just seems like the excitement of the season coming up, what's going to happen, how's this going to look, but also the potential coming off of, I really like the defense that we had last year was a playoff caliber defense. And I think we've only gotten better. And now, bringing in a potential, superstar quarterback in Kyler Murray.
Yep.
I mean, it just gets you really excited about what this team could do in 2026. So,
and we're expected to finish 4th in the division. I think the expectations
are going to do better.
Yep. They're so low that that's where we're always at our best, especially in the KOC era. So
and we know the KOC trends, man. Absolutely. Every other year, man, the guy rambles off 13 or 14
It's
wins.
more than him. It's the Vikings in general. It's every other year.
Fair enough.
Zimmer, it was Frazier, it was Childress before. It's every other year.
Yes.
I don't know if it's because of the strength of schedule or whatnot, but the 2009, they're awesome. 2010, they're on 9 primetime games. They suck.
Yeah.
2012, they make the playoffs. 2013 is one of their worst seasons ever. 2014, Zimmer comes. 2015, the Walsh, whatever. 2016, Teddy's knee explodes. It goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
It's just it's crazy that they haven't made back-to-back playoffs since 08, 09.
Yep.
That's so long ago. They haven't
crazy.
They haven't won 2 playoff games in one season since 1987.
Yes.
That's when I was born. I've never seen them win 2 playoff games in 1 year.
Wow.
That's all I want. Just give me 2.
Yeah.
But no. It's always an exciting time of year. I feel even Jets fans are excited this time of year.
Yeah.
But I feel like after last year, the fact that the Vikings were able to finish 9-8 with, arguably the worst quarterback play in the league, I think says a lot about the strength of this team. I like a lot of the coaches they added in the offseason. We didn't even talk about the new GM. I like the new GM.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the people he's brought in. He got rid of Ryan Grigson.
Oh my God! Probably the best news of the week.
He brought in a lot of smarter people, people who actually have experience scouting well. So I'm excited to see even who gets picked for the training camp roster, because I feel like he's going to have a input on that. So there's a lot of things to be excited about for the Vikings. My expectations for the upcoming season aren't super high, but I feel like going beyond and looking at it, I feel a lot more optimistic than I did maybe a year ago.
Yeah. Nice. Absolutely. Well, we always finish out our Purple Dubs with Hopes episode with our Purple Dub Hopes. These are brought to you by 612Tees, great Minnesota-based apparel company. Use Purple Dubs 25, get 25% off your first order. And Adam, we're going to throw in the Purple Dub Hope to you this week. What hope do you have for the Minnesota Vikings in the 2026 NFL season?
Give me a playoff win. I just want one. Just
love it.
Give it to KFC. He needs one.
Agree.
If it doesn't happen, all hell's gonna break loose. People are gonna be calling for his head and everything. But also, I just want an enjoyable, fun season. Like the Darnold season, I know ended the first round of the playoffs, but that was a really fun season. That was a fun season to cover. Fun season to watch. US Bank is always a lot more fun when the team's good. Everyone's enjoying themselves. I think last year was, even though they went on that 5-game win streak at the end of the year, I think a lot of people were still this team's not that great. The vibes around the team weren't that great either. So I'm excited to see what can be different with this team. I think there's going to be a lot more good to talk and write about this year. So. But also, there'll be plenty to argue about as well.
Absolutely.
Right on, man. Well, we appreciate you coming on. Adam, I just want to give you a chance real quick to just kind of plug, who you are, where we can find you, and then we'll make sure to tag everything in the description of the video.
Yeah, absolutely. TheVikingAge.com is where you can find all my stuff and a bunch of other people's stuff. I think we cover the Vikings, in my humble opinion, better than any other site that covers the Vikings. So check that out. And then we also have a podcast, the Viking Age podcast, on YouTube and wherever you get your audio podcast. We just had Matthew Collar on, so that was fun.
Sweet.
Fun chat. We've had I post my Dante interview on there. We've had Aaron Jones on there before, and a couple Arif and all those fun Vikings personalities come on there. So check that out too, over the Vikings YouTube channel. And you can follow me on Twitter at Pedrick NFL if you want, but I don't really care. I'm too old to care about followers and stuff at this point in my life. I'm just like, a lot of my posts now, I just go on and just mess around. I don't really.
Nice.
I have no intention. I'm not engagement farming or anything like that.
Well, we'll make sure to link it anyway. If people want to shoot you a follow, sounds great. But we'll make sure to link all the Vikings Age stuff on there as well. And if you are tuning in here, please make sure you subscribe to the Purple Dubs with Hopes on YouTube. We are trying to get to 400 subs by the end of June, and we're coming up on that. So let's continue to pile up those subs. And then, of course, rate and review, follow along on the show on any of the podcast platforms. And then we'll be coming out with you guys, coming up with an episode next week for you guys. So stay tuned in. And Darin, as always, we Skol, you Skol. We all Skol together. See you guys next week.
Skol.